In this video, we are discussing who does rent-to-own and who can benefit from the rent-to-own program. So let's get started. At RTO Financial, the primary goal is to successfully turn renters into homeowners through the rent-to-own program. It's flexible in terms of who can participate and is available to individuals, couples, families, and family members that are interested in making a faster transition from renting to home ownership status. So the question here is, who does rent-to-own and who can benefit from rent-to-own? And the short answer is anyone. The long answer is some people may not receive any benefit at all from participating in a rent-to-own. For example, let's say you have $1 million, it's sitting happy and relaxed in a savings account. Chances are high you would simply buy a property versus renting one for 2 to 3 years and then just buying it out. But again, everybody has a unique situation, and if that sounds like something that would accommodate with your goals, great, let's talk. Everybody's situation is different. We are here to make things happen, to assist you and help you achieve your goal of property ownership. Now, at the other end of the spectrum could be someone who has zero income, zero savings, non-existent credit history, etc. This type of applicant would represent a worst-case scenario and therefore would be an unlikely candidate for the rent-to-own program. Why? Primarily because of the zero income and zero savings. And that's because each program participant needs a starting point. And considering that real estate is a significant purchase, that starting point definitely can't be zero. Now, what about the non-existent credit history, you ask? There's some good news here. The non-existent credit or bad credit history is something that we can work with and is not an end to the start. A little bit more on that later. The rent-to-own program can be an effective homeownership strategy for some people missing the necessary credit score or down payment required to qualify for a mortgage. Additionally, the rent-to-own program with RTO Financial can assist people in many types of scenarios. We'll go through a few of those common scenarios right now. If you're new to the country, welcome. The credit patterns and credit scores from someone's previous country typically will not cross borders, and lenders will need to see brand new domestic credit behaviors and scores in order to assess credit worthiness. It can take some time and can be a lengthy process. The rent-to-own program with RTO Financial can fast-track your home ownership goals, help you settle in your chosen neighborhood, and immediately move you into the house you can eventually own. If you have no credit, having no credit can be worse than having bad credit, and that's because banks have no history from which to make an assessment. The rent-to-own program with RTO Financial can be the perfect solution to fast-tracking you into home ownership. If you have bad credit, it can be hard to repair. The good news is everyone has an opportunity to change their ways, but unfortunately, finding a bank or lender might prove challenging, if not impossible, and that means no to home ownership. Fortunately, RTO Financial is ready to hear your credit story, and the rent-to-own program could be your fast track to home ownership. If you had a job change or a sudden drop in income, don't sweat. It can happen and suddenly and often without warning. Steady employment and consistent earnings can make lenders happy. Unfortunately, anything else means you'll have lenders reviewing your financials much differently. RTO Financial understands that people can change jobs and earnings can fluctuate suddenly. Your situation may not be long-lasting and just a temporary blip. Luckily, with the rent-to-own program, renting can be in the rear-view mirror and your path to home ownership can be a reality. If you went through bankruptcy, it happens for many reasons. Unfortunately, lenders don't ask for a story, and the bankruptcy will be a hurdle to overcome in the mortgage qualification process. It takes time, credit repair, and some meaningful changes in one's life in order to satisfy the paper story lenders are wanting to see. If you had past health issues, it could be your credit was affected because of missed payments. Past health issues do not always equal bankruptcy, but they may have very badly bruised one's credit due to missed payments. A touch of credit repair with some debt repayment initiatives combined with rent-to-own program with RTO Financial could be your cure to homeownership. If you are a small business owner, the rent-to-own program with RTO Financial lets you take action into homeownership now. Lenders often require several years before giving a second look to the self-employed. With the rent-to-own program from RTO Financial, you can be home sooner rather than later. If you are recently divorced, establishing yourself and getting back on your own 2 feet takes time, and sadly, divorce can do a serious number on your credit, with bankruptcy being an extreme solution to a monster credit issue. With the rent-to-own program from RTO Financial, your path to home ownership can start today. If you have been a victim of identity theft, even after the investigations come back and the dust has settled, one's credit can be damaged such that it seems like a reoccurring nightmare when talking to lenders. The rent-to-own program with RTO Financial can get you on the straight path to homeownership today. If you have nasty credit from self-inflicted credit damage, credit mishaps can happen to the best of us. It's not unusual to disregard the importance of credit or the impact several purchases may have on one's monthly balance. If your goal is homeownership and you have had some credit moments in your past, the rent-to-own program with RTO Financial might be just what you've been looking for. With RTO Financial, the rent-to-own program can get you from renter status to homeowner status fast. New to the country, self-employed, bad credit, rent-to-own is an excellent opportunity and can turn you from renter to homeowner fast. Please fill out the online application and get started today. If you're looking for the fine details of the rent-to-own program with RTO Financial, be sure to check out the video and article post called How Does a Rent-to-Own Program Work? If you would like to know if the rent-to-own program is a good idea for you, be sure to check out the video and article post called Is Rent-to-Own Right for You? I'd like to thank you for watching this quick video explaining who does rent-to-own and who can benefit from the rent-to-own program. I look forward to seeing your online application. Apply today and we'll put you on the fast track to home ownership.